Hello, beautiful people. You're welcome back to our channel. Wow, this is so beautiful as the popular pastor Jerry Eze and his beautiful wife, woman of God, as they fondly call her. They are celebrating their 15 years of journeying together. Wow, this is so amazing and beautiful. Taking to their Instagram page, Real Jerry Eze wrote, "It's 15 years journeying together into greater kingdom purpose. Happy wedding anniversary to us. Love you now and forever." And the beautiful wife of this Pastor Eno, Jerry, also took to her Instagram page to share their wedding pictures and throwback photos of their humble beginning, as she also captioned, "It's been 15 years of journeying with the coolest, kindest, and most amazing man I know, and 20 years of knowing you and saying yes to you." Wow! 20 years of knowing you and saying yes to you. You were and still are the best decision I took. I love you, my body, now and forever plus a day. Happy wedding anniversary to us. Wow, this is so beautiful and amazing. Pastor Jerry married to Pastor Eno Jerry, who has been very supportive of his ministry, and they are crossed with a lovely daughter Samara and a son Jerry. It will be recalled that the woman of God revealed that she almost revealed how she almost ruined her marriage with Pastor Jerry Eze. "In the past 7 years of my marriage, I was an angry, bitter, and disrespectful wife. The journey to a better me was a very tough one. I have memories of countless times I cried myself to sleep. I tried hard to be a better person. I prayed, I fasted, yet I kept making the same mistakes. I just couldn't stop myself from being angry, shouting, and being disrespectful to my husband." In 2019, Pastor Eno Jerry was interviewed by Pastor Tonyipoju Oyemade in a talk show chapters, where she spoke about her book, "I Almost Ruined My Marriage," a true life story to help people who might be facing similar challenges. In an interview excerpt is, "I got married at a young age. I was 19 when I met my husband. We went out for 5 years before we got married. The home I came from had a role to play with the way I was. I grew up in a home where you see your parents fight, and I never knew that my mom was hot-tempered. It was after I wrote the book I was telling her what I wrote because they saw it on Facebook. They were like, 'What did she do?' My mom now called me on the phone. Even my dad called me. My mom called me on the phone and I started telling her the contents of the book. She said, 'Well, it is really true, if it is going to help another family.' Actually, in those days, I used to be very hot-tempered. I never knew my mom was hot-tempered. As children, we just saw them fighting and thought that was how it was supposed to be." Pastor Tonyipoju Oyemade asking, "I thank you for your openness and your vulnerability. Like I said at the beginning, these are the things that people don't like to talk about. What are the things that you did? In all of this, the role of the spouse is very important. This went on for 7 years. Some people don't survive these things for one to 3 years. Like you said, these are the things that cause separation and divorce in marriages. What were the steps you began to take?" Pastor Eno Jerry said, "My change started from the place of understanding." Proverbs 4:7. Understanding was where my own change came from, because I just discovered that really all these things that I was doing was actually wrong. I came to that point where I saw a bigger picture of where God was taking me to, like my purpose in life. In order to fulfill whatever it is, whether it is in marriage, having a peaceful home, there are emotional baggage that you shouldn't carry into the marriage. Those were the things that I had to let go. I prayed about it and kept asking God to help me. My husband was very helpful. I think if people had spouses, whether husbands or wives, like my husband, I think marriages would actually fulfill heaven on earth. If you want the heaven on earth kind of marriage, I stretched him, but it was still there for me. He never went out to report me because my dad didn't know all this until I wrote the book. He never bad-mouthed me nor talk about it. He would always call me and tell me ways to handle anger. He would say, if you are angry, don't speak. Learn how not to speak in anger. My facial expression, I started monitoring my face when I was angry. You can't just pray alone. We have to do practical things. So after you finish praying, then the grace is available. Practical steps. Listening effectively. Even if you don't understand what is being said, just say, okay, give me some time to process it. You don't have to give a response per time. Pride. It is still linked to anger. It is important to know what causes you to get angry. The root cause of the anger. For different people, it will be different things, but a lot of time, it is pride. Most times when we get angry because we think this person shouldn't talk to me like this. I shouldn't be talked to like this. I shouldn't be treated this way. It is what you think or feel about yourself that you show. When you come to that point whereby people can talk to me anyhow, they can treat me anyhow, you are not trying to be the one that is right. You are not trying to be the one that is correct. So anyhow, if you want to talk to me anyhow, so your ego just calm down. Once you get to the point, you will see that it is easier for people to do things and you don't get upset. These were the practical things. Every wise woman builded her house, but the foolish plucked it down with her hands. Proverbs 14 verse 1. Once again, we are saying happy wedding anniversary to Pastor Jerry Eze and Pastor Eno Jerry. It's been an amazing 15 years of togetherness and 20 years of saying yes. It is so beautiful. Please don't forget to drop your comments to celebrate with this woman of God and powerful man of God.